Okay, so syncretism was something that the Renaissance people knew a lot about, because Pico, one of the foremost Renaissance masters, he pretty much brought syncretism to the attention of the world when he went down to Rome with his 900 theses. Here they are. That's another zero to the 90 theses of Martin Luther 30 years after Pico. Anyway, Pico went down to Rome and he decided that he would challenge the Vatican to a debate to prove that all the sciences, all the philosophies and theologies and schools of thought can all be syncretized into one homogeneous, harmonious unity of teaching. What I'm going to be sharing with you today is the knowledge and the understanding of what all the philosophies are based on. And it's a simple cycle of nature, or cycles of nature. Okay, so with one graph, we should be able to pretty much explain how most of the sciences work and how much of the philosophies work. So it's very interesting how Pico treated the subject. He went down to Rome because he was trying to bring back the Prisca-theologia. You see, this word was very much on his lips, as it was on Marsilio Ficino's lips, the guy who translated the Hermetica. Now, the Hermetic wisdom has always been there. It's been there for thousands and thousands of years. And according to Stephen Meller, who was a person who went down to Egypt and spoke to the indigenous wisdom keepers. And that would be Abdel Hakim Aouyan, who has now passed away. But here Stephen explains how the indigenous wisdom keepers explained many things about the true history of Egypt, and how Egypt has an antiquity of at least 50 to 65,000 years, with that particular consciousness, wave of consciousness that created such wonderful buildings like the pyramids. Now, those pyramids are built in such a way that it is impossible to replicate them today with our science and technology. The pyramid codes is probably another one of the products that I would like to bring to your attention when it comes to the truth about Egypt. Okay? Carmen Butler has also interviewed Abdel Hakim Aouyan in this wonderful documentary, which shows the true antiquity of things like the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid and all the megalithic sites down in Saqqara and Dendra and Luxor, etc. So, and with that, I would like to bring your attention to the Commission School of Ancient Mysticism, and I'll be doing a 2-week tour in Egypt next year in October with Yusuf and Patricia Aouyan, the son and daughter-in-law of Abdel. So when you watch, you can watch that. You can see that on YouTube, but I'd recommend you get that for your own collection. And you'll see Abdel there discussing the true origins of this wonderful science. Okay? So what Rome would like us to believe is that civilization's about 6,000 years old, and there was an Adam and an Eve, and apart from that, they were very barbaric, and many of the human brothers lived in caves, and then, of course, evolved their intelligence, and now here we are at the peak of all wisdom and intelligence in linear history. Whereas the Prisca-theologia proves that this is false. Absolutely false. We live in cycles whereby consciousness grows and then recedes, grows and then recedes. And we have been at the bottom of a wave of loss of consciousness for about 5,000 years. Again, according to Abdel, the indigenous wisdom keeper, and we've been in the age of Amun for 5,000 years. And it's the age of darkness and slumber, spiritual slumber. And before that was the age of Aten, you see, and which had more light. Okay, and then it goes back and back to the golden age. But we've been at the bottom of the wave for such a long time. So syncretism is all about bringing back the unity of the religio/science that we once enjoyed on this earth. So there is abundant proof that once upon a time we were all united in the one science. And the proof of that is in that we find that the gods of various cultures seem to have the same deeds to their credit and the same numbers and the same names, etc. For instance, Zeus of the Greeks seems to be very similar in his actions and behaviour to Jupiter of the Romans, etc., etc. And Thoth of the Egyptians seems to be the same guy that the Greeks call Hermes and the Romans call Mercurius, and the Hindus call, or the Easterners call Buddha. So what in effect we're going to be doing is we're going to be pulling back the information that comes from all of these sources to show that they all have one common thread underpinning them.